And Kansas Republicans are pushing to redraw congressional maps and could target the state's only Democratic seat. How those changes could reshape the political landscape before the election in 2026. And this is where our newscast begins. Welcome and thank you so much for watching on a Sunday night. This is 27 News at 10 and I'm David George. Who will control Congress after next year's election? Well, that's the question top of mind for Republicans across the country and right here in Kansas. State lawmakers are looking at a special session to redistrict this fall, and tonight we're breaking down what that might look like and how it can impact you, the voter. 27 News Kansas Capitol Bureau Chief Rebecca Chung has more.
The battleground for Congress could change in Kansas.
We're right now in kind of a battle for the heart and soul of this country.
Kansas Republicans now pushing to redraw congressional maps this fall and potentially flip the state's only Democratic seat.
What we're seeing right now is what Kansas did when they last did redistricting. This is what the map looked like. What could happen next year if we see Kansas redistrict?
Moving these counties won't do a thing because they're already Republican. Even western Johnson County is not going to get the job done because those are Republicans. What you would want to do is somehow gerrymander around in here and come down into the heart of Johnson County, the older suburbs that are voting more Democratic, scoop those out, kind of like the way Lawrence was scooped out last time and put in the big first, and move those into a Republican district.
Sharice Davids has a hold on the 3rd District, even though Republicans tried to flip her seat the last round of redistricting in 2022. Political experts say this time, lawmakers may have to even loop in parts of Johnson County with more rural areas.
Rural voters may not want to be merged in with urban or suburban areas because it can diminish the role of rural representation. Because if you got a piece of Johnson County in your district, the representative from Congress is going to have to spend a lot of time in Johnson County. And then what happens to rural Kansas?
Some people are talking about splitting Johnson County. Do you worry about backlash when it comes to people in that area feeling as though their voice could potentially be weakened in Washington?
No, I mean, I think that's a false argument at every level. And Johnson County in and of itself, within the next round, is probably going to have to be subdivided anyway because of the size of that one county alone.
Kansas is following a wave of states redistricting ahead of 2026, and it usually takes place every 10 years, but calls to redraw maps have strengthened. The president urging Republicans to redraw U.S. House districts before next year's election.
What would you say to some people who believe this is more about maybe even securing an endorsement from Donald Trump ahead of next year's election?
Well, people are going to say all kinds of things. That's not what it's about. I was supportive of this back in 2022, supportive of it now.
And as for what could happen during a special session in Kansas, Republican leaders say things could move pretty quickly.
I think at this point, we're going to see a bill come forward. They'll probably be just coming straight to the floor.
And the numbers are in their favor. Republicans have an even stronger supermajority after the last election. It would take 2/3 of the House and Senate to sign a petition agreeing to a special session to get the ball moving. Reporting from the Kansas State Capitol, I'm Rebecca Chung.